Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cartooning with Paul. To commemorate the return of Phineas and Ferb on Disney Plus, I thought maybe we'd draw some Phineas and Ferb. So come on and draw Doofenshmirtz with me. Let's get started. Welcome back, cartooners. Like I said, we're going to be celebrating the return of Phineas and Ferb on Disney Plus. This channel is in no way sponsored by Disney, but they're making a big deal out of it, so let's have some fun with it. Let's get started. We're going to draw Dr. Doofenshmirtz right now. Come on. So Doofenshmirtz can be a little tricky, so if you don't get it right away, don't worry about it. It took me a little bit. So I'm just going to draw in a parenthesis shape like this. Then I'm going to kind of give a little L shape here. And what I'm going to do is measure from here to here, and I'm going to use that to come out like this. All right, I want it to be the same length. And then from there, very lightly at first, I'm just going to come up and draw in a shape like this. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Let me darken it a little bit. But if you keep it light, that means you'll be able to erase later on. So, I'm going to come down halfway and give a little guideline there. We're going to draw in a circle here like that. Now this circle, I'm going to darken in. So the first thing I'm going to darken in on this drawing. Don't worry, it's a little sketchy. Later on, if I want to ink this in, I'll ink it, and then I'm going to erase all these lines later. And let's throw in his other eye. And the other eye is going to be a little smaller, and it's going to overlap or underlap, however, underlap, is that a word? And what I'm going to do is decide how I'm going to make those eyebrows. So I'm going to draw in kind of like a Nike swoop in here like this. And I'm going to curve it, and I'm going to bring out a little bit of another Nike swoop and bring it in. Just want to make sure that this part right here is thicker. I'm just going to color that in. The other eyebrow is just going to come out here like this. And now that I've got that in there, I can darken in the other eye in here like so. Now don't worry if they're not perfect circles. With this design, a lot of these characters don't have perfect circles or perfect ovals or anything. It's just nice and round. But now let's have him looking right at us. So I'm going to draw in this pupil right up in here. Actually, maybe he's kind of looking off and thinking, because that's kind of what it's doing here. All right, as long as they're looking in the same direction, I don't care where he's looking. All right, give a little bit of light reflection in the corner, and then his eyes are the same color as Phineas's. They're a nice like cobalt blue color, but really color it in black however you want. It's your drawing. But now that we've got the eyes in there, we know where everything else is going to go. First, his ear is going to come out here like this. And it's not a circle. It's not a triangle. It's kind of in between. And then that 3 that we draw in for Phineas and Ferb, this one, because he's older, his ear is bigger, it's stretched out a little bit. But now to put in his nose is long and it's almost like beak-like. So we're going to come right in here where these eyes meet. We're going to come down a little bit. And we're just going to give a little bit of a curve. Now, I'm going to draw in lightly at first, just in case you don't like how it looks. And then it's going to come down. But it comes out about that far. Going to come right underneath here. And this line, it's not straight, but it's a stretched out curve shape. See, I'm not loving that yet. So let's make it just a little longer. And that's why you draw lightly. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Then you can just go over it with your eraser. No problem. See? Just kind of go over it. And those initial sketchy lines will disappear. And there we go. All right. So we got his nose in there. Let's fix that eye. Now this line in here for the initial head shape, I'm going to darken that in a little. Then I'm just going to darken this in a little bit. And then we're going to give him a grimace. So I'm going to come up here between the eye and the ear. And I'm going to curve a line down here like this. And I'm going to stop where that head shape is. I'm going to come in a little bit, and I'm just going to draw in a parenthesis shape in here. Then I'm going to go over here to the bottom of his head. Just going to darken this in a little bit. His chin is rounded. And then he's got a bit of a lower lip there. And now that you've got that in there, we can play with the shape of his mouth. See, we had some fun with it, and it's still on model. All right, now he's going to grit his teeth. So what I'm going to do is darken in a halfway through that line there. Then I'm going to draw in a straight line here. I'm going to stop right about there. And I'm going to draw in a diagonal line there. There, we got his lower teeth. Then his upper teeth, I'm going to come in and draw a diagonal line there. And then from here, I'll draw a diagonal line right up in here. Now, where you're going to be tempted to draw in a whole bunch of lines, resist that temptation. What you're going to want to do is just throw in a line. I don't know if it's halfway. Doesn't need to be. Maybe another one right in here. And that will give you all of the separation of teeth that you're going to need. So now this is looking all right. He needs hair. So we're going to do kind of what we did for Phineas. What we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and I'm just going to very lightly, at first, throw in these two curved lines, and I'm just going to chop it right there. On this side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to reverse the angle, and I'm going to make it so that it gets wider as it gets to the end of the hair. He has 6 of these on either side, and of course, as always, the middle one is always the longest. And yeah, here, that's exactly what I need it to look like. All right. Kind of like a cross between Phineas and Ferb's hairstyle here. And then we got another one that comes up here and it curves, but it's a lot thinner than that middle one. Now we're going to change direction over on this side. And another thick one over here. Actually, my Doofenshmirtz needs a haircut. Big deal. We can fix that in post. But there we have it. Now that you got that in there, you can darken in the rest of the head that's not obstructed by details. He's got kind of like he has a craned neck like a vulture. So let's give him, at the end of that neck, we'll give him a collar to his t-shirt that's underneath his lab coat. And let's just give him some lapel to his lab coat, and we will be done here. I want them to be at the same height. But there you go, the black t-shirt underneath the lab coat. And then don't forget to give it your signature. And there you go, guys. Roughly, that's how you draw Doofenshmirtz. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. While you're at it, remind them that Season 5 of Phineas and Ferb is on Disney+. So until next time, we'll see you later.